whole point of contouring is to emphasize the areas of your image that you want to point out. Unless you are doing, more of an academic kind of contouring lesson, then it's a whole different deal. But this is bringing out parts that you want people to notice. So like on here, I will put a few dots. It bled out into the watercolor, which I really like. But again, this is a contouring project. And you don't lose the bleed, but you gain, see? You gain a little bit of emphasis in the center, which to me, the two work very, very well together. Okay, now I think the stem is a little too wide. So sometimes you can use contouring to kind of help disguise that a little bit. So instead of going like on here, where I went on the outside for the most part of the lines, you just go slightly on the inside if you can, and it will give the illusion that your stem is a little bit thinner than what it actually is. So let's see if I can get that to work. Okay. Okay. And if you'll see right here, line lifts up, line lifts up, line lifts up. To achieve that effect, which is one of my preferred ones, you barely touch your pen to the paper or your marker to the paper. And that will happen just naturally. I don't know if it's the curves of the paper or what, but it will naturally make that type of line, which looks really good. Okay, now on this, just for variety's sake, I will go up here. There you go. Ta-da! Okay, what do you think? I do like that. See how it makes the stem look thinner. It just gives that illusion. So if you've made your stem too wide, not all is lost if you want to go ahead and contour it. All right, now we are not going to do something very heavy up here, just a little. See where these two kind of bled into each other? That's fine, but this gives you a chance to create the illusion of separation if you want it. There, see? Ta-da! And maybe we'll do that. So we're going to need a little bit over here for balance. Very, very lightly. No, I think we need a little more right here because this and this, to me, looks heavier. So we want to create more balance. So I'll probably put a little bit here, maybe a little there. Well, depends on how this does. And this is all just pretty much how you feel. You could go by the strict academic type lessons and do exactly what they say. But I think going by your intuition and how you feel about it is just as important, if not more so. See, that's starting to take on a little more balance. Maybe a little right here. Tiny little bit. Let's see. Almost done with it. Let's see. Yep, I think that looks good. What do you think? Now, if we were doing heavy contouring, which we're not, what we're trying to do is bring out and up the image you've created. But if I were doing heavy contouring, I would definitely go in here and use that area, because that is a perfect area for contouring. How it goes out and then folds back in and then comes out again, which would leave you with the impression that this part is higher, and this here recedes. So that would be a very fun one to do. Okay, let's go down to this butterfly. I wanted to make his line heavier because he is black. And I wanted to bring it out more. I wanted it to pop. Okay? Which, yeah, totally works. And this right here and this right here, these two areas are the back wings. The bolder ones are the wings that are closest to you. Okay? So we'll go in here.
I just thought I'd pop in and mention that if at any time you get tired or need a break, all you have to do is click that pause button and I will be here whenever you get back. It's always better to take a break and stretch out, get refreshed, and then continue on.
Yeah, looks good. And now you have to be very careful for marking on the two back wings because they are so light and supposed to be in the background. But if you put too much on them, you will lose that effect. So do you think I should add a little bit or leave them as is? Good question. Well, we can give it a try. Now remember, you can't undo. Just a tiny little bit, maybe right in here. I'm not sure. Okay, I think it is a little too much. Again, if we had a lighter color, but we're trying to do this all in one color marker. So maybe we will give the little butterfly some dots because that will bring the front out even more, which will help push this back a little. Can you see what I mean? Can you see how that does that, how that works? The bolder this is, the more this will recede. But now since we put some dots up here, it's kind of an obligation that we put a few down here. Why? I don't know. Just 'cause. There. All right. I think it looks good. So I will quickly go over these two because I don't know if you want me to make a 2-hour long video. Yeah. But the same applies on this stem that was on this stem. I feel like most of it is too wide. This part, not so much, but right here, it starts getting too wide. So I will, now I think this leaf is in front. Now I want to start going on the color itself. Very good. We want to emphasize the leaf so it won't get lost. Let me see. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now with contouring, if you're doing it in pencil, awesome, because then you can erase. If you're using a marker, just be committed to it because you're not going to be able to take it off unless we come up with a way to erase marker. But I wanted to have this as one of the projects because it's really an awesome tool to use. Contour drawings themselves with no color are beautiful. You can Google them and see some, and some of them just awesome. But we are using this more as a tool to emphasize your paintings. Let's see. Be very careful. And now if you just say are going to use this digitally, then none of this is a problem. You can just hop on your computer, put it in your image program and de-emphasize if you want to. So that's great. But if you're actually going to use the physical part of this, then just be willing to take what you get. All right. Quickly, on this one, I wanted to put something there because this stem is behind it. So I thought it'd be a good idea to emphasize this part. Okay, let's see. How's that look? Okay. Looks pretty good. Okay, on here, go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. I say, sounds like I'm a doctor. And see how this line kind of goes like that? That might be kind of interesting. See if we can capitalize on that little part. All right. Well, come on now. Ah! Well, maybe that should be a happy accident. I was wondering if we should put dots on one of these. I think we should now. Yes, this needs dots. I don't know how you are, but I know if I'm doing something, I really don't want to throw it away. So if there's a way to salvage it and make it look good, then that's what I will try to do. There are times when no matter what you do, it's not going to work. But that's the exception. Most of the time, you can find a way to turn something from a not so good issue into a really, that's pretty cool type of thing. We'll put a little bit here, mostly because we didn't put anything there. Ta-da! All right, let me see. Okay. I want so badly to do that one, but I won't because I know it would ruin it. Okay. Let's do this stem, and remember, you can do them however you want. But I usually, like I said, tend to do the ones that I think would be in the shade. And since this has this kind of curve, I do believe the right side would be in the shade, and the left side would be more towards the sun. And you can see now why I wanted to put that little part here, because I didn't want this stem to look like it was actually more forward than the petal. Okay. Alrighty. I think that looks good. So we're going to make this one with a few little polka dots. Happy accidents. Now, if you do something like this, try to minimize. You don't want like all dots. No, you just want a few happy dots. Okay. Would I like it better without the dots on this one? Probably. Do I like the dots? Actually, yeah, I do. But I probably wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have made that little accidental dot there. Okay, so there we have it. Two different contoured paintings. So the project is all about painting whatever you like. Flowers are these flowers right here anyway, are very easy to paint. And I would use watercolor and then go over them ever so slightly to, one, fix any issues you may have, like my stems that I thought were too wide. And, well, if I wouldn't have been contouring, I wouldn't have had the little black dot. But it's to fix issues. That's one benefit. The main reason is to bring up and bring out the areas that you want to emphasize. And it works fantastic. Like, say, this butterfly. I'll put a before picture and an after picture so you can see. It does make a huge difference. And like this one right here, the little dots, I think, work wonderfully. Now, I do think this needs to be shrunk way down, but you get the drift. Tiny little lines help bring out the awesomeness of your paintings. So yes, please have fun. Go create some awesome contour paintings, drawings, paintings, whatever feels right. And please remember, if you get a chance to scan or take a photo of them and send them to me, at the end of all this, I'm hoping to be able to make a collage video and put a variety of what people have made in it. I think that will be so very cool.
I'm excited about the next project. I hope you'll be able to take part in it, and if you can, email me photos of what you've created so I can put it in my collage video at the end of the 30 different projects. Okay, have a great day. Much love, Olivia.